programs offered by the Small Business Development Center, some specialized programs through the SBA, as well as some financing programs that most of our existing business owners are probably not aware of. I'll also touch on some changes to programs that some of you may already know about that have occurred in the past 12 months, but have a time clock running on it which expires in fall of this year if you don't take advantage of it. So I'm going to be going over these things to hopefully give you information that you can take away and use to either grow your business, make it more profitable, increase revenues, turn around that business, as well as let you leave here with some sources of new funding opportunities for your business, both debt financing and a new trend in equity financing. About a year ago, we created a partnership with IFAS in response to questions they were getting from the farming community. I believe it's 4 years ago, UF and FAMU started this statewide small farms conference down at the Osceola County Fairgrounds, where all the small farmers from across the country, whether it be, whether you're involved in crops or animals. And one of the things that came out from that first conference was a lack of business acumen on the small farmers' part. They knew agriculture, they just didn't know the business part of agriculture. And so out of that, we have created a partnership with IFAS, where we now work with small farmers, and you have to be a small farmer defined by IFAS to be in a rural area. So if you have a lot of acreage in an urban area, you may not qualify. But the main emphasis is on rural areas, because we're looking at rural development as well. And we will work with small farmers to help them address the issue of making that farm operation profitable, because a lot of them really don't understand what it takes to have a profitable business. So if you know anyone, or if any of you in here, anyone in here in the farming business, well, if you know anyone who is in the farming business or is interested in making their family operation a business venture, have them give us a call. Okay? Again, this program is at no charge to them. It's sponsored through IFAS, of doubling international trade by 2016. With that, there is a big push to get businesses ready to engage in international trade. So, with Enterprise Florida, Department of Commerce, and Jacksonville Port Authority, we have a program to get businesses ready for international trade. We take you through a rigorous, I believe it's a 6-week program. Anything to help you identify foreign opportunities, as well as develop a business plan to get that company export ready. Even to the point where if you need financial assistance to go on international trades, we will get you that. So if you're trying to grow your company, again, I said international trade is one of the ways to grow your business. You can only do so much in your local market, but the rest of the world is a much bigger market. And so that's where we see a lot of opportunity right now, and we will work with you on that. Without money, it won't happen. You agree? It takes money to make money. All right. Because of the recession, a lot of companies that had bought real estate suddenly found themselves upside down. And so loans that were collateralized by these real estates are now showing up with a high loan-to-value ratio. So these assets were pretty much, I guess that's why they call it underwater. worthless in terms of trying to leverage financing for your company. With the downturn, a lot of folks went to trying to access capital through their own personal resources, i.e. credit card debt or other debt. Some of them even took out home equity lines to finance their company. Okay. Well, SBA in its wisdom realized that one of the ways a lot of these struggling companies can get turned around is if there was some kind of program that would help them refinance all this debt. So instead of making payments at high interest rates and multiple payments, they would now have an opportunity to make one payment with all the debt consolidated into a low interest program. So the vehicle was created utilizing an existing program called our SBA 504 Loan Guarantee Program to refinance all this debt. Okay. What it is it's a long-term debt over 20 years. The debt being refinanced has to be either real estate, it can be the land or the building, but it can also be for capital assets, meaning heavy equipment, machinery can also be part of this. So any debt that you have on your books associated to what we call long-term debt, because that's what typically defines capital, capital debt. You can get this refinancing done on your business, grow your business, or access financing. We talked about the Small Business Development Center, some of the services that we provide. And I talked about some special programs like our procurement program, or money to turnaround program, or growth acceleration program, and our international trade program. And we also talked about some specific financing programs that are available in this community to include Alachua and Marion County. Any questions? One of the first steps you have to do is what we call an export marketing plan. Kind of similar to a business plan if you're starting up a business, because this is a new venture that you're going off on, going international. We have a program called our STEP program where we will cover the cost of doing an export marketing plan for you. Okay? You would be responsible for only $500. We pay the rest. But there's some qualifications and criteria necessary to do that. Again, if you go to our website, in this case go to floridasbdc.org, or stop by the booth. We have a flyer on it that tells you the program, which we've been executing with good success. We have an organization called PTAC, Procurement Technical Assistance, specifically dedicated to that. I don't think a lot of folks are aware of that. Okay. If you work with us, we will work with you from the point of how to getting you registered, but also how do you find these government opportunities, whether it be federal, state, or local. We'll also work with you to develop your RFPs. We'll help you assist you in submitting your response to the RFPs. And again, that is at no cost. Okay. There is an initiative that was started last year on top of our traditional service for veterans. And this is called a Veterans Boot Camp. It's done in partnership with Syracuse University, sponsored by the SBA. Any veteran, and I believe they have to be one currently coming back from deployment or coming out of active duty status. So in other words, if you shoot me an email, you can get my card, but I can find the answer. I don't believe it applies to every veteran. There is a window of eligibility. But this is a program where they will pay you to go to I believe it's a 40-day boot camp in Syracuse, if you're a veteran, and teach you everything about how to start up your business and get financing, and also put you in touch with folks who will mentor you as well. That program also applies to female veterans. They've now made it eligible to female veterans as well. So a female veteran can apply both as a female veteran and as a veteran. So they can apply twice. In the area of a woman-owned small business, I don't know how many of you are familiar with some changes that have occurred. Procurement folks have annually in June what they call a reverse trade show. This year's is going to be June 20th in Ocala at the Klein Conference Center at the College of Central Florida. And in that one sitting, you will have access to all these government agencies and offices who are looking to do business with you. Okay. So it's not vendors that you're going to be visiting like here where you have all these vendors. In the expo will all be government contractors. So it's your opportunity then to network and become familiar with who's making the decisions for which agencies, what projects they may have coming down the pipeline that you may be interested in. And also, you get to find other companies that you can network with to either partner with on a bid or be a sub to on an upcoming bid. Again, that's in June 20th in Ocala.
Where do I get that flyer?
If you come to our booth,
Okay.
after you, all of these handles.
And you, which?
It's the Small Business Development Center. Okay. If you go through the entrance doors right here, you can't miss us. We're the second table over.